What's going on, Joe?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How's everyone doing? What's going on?
It's Thursday's right close to the weekend, and I got a banging weekend lined up, man. So
Hey,
it's
really? You do? What do you got?
yeah, I'm off to Denver in the morning. This time tomorrow morning, I'll be
Denver.
flying the friendly skies out to Denver. Yeah, gonna do
For a show?
show, and I'll be working with Redline Shipping out there at the show. So not
Nice.
it's I like building in. Well, I say building in. It's fun to build these in and do a little bit, get a little bit of business, but it's fun to go to shows and not actually vend. Like I get to go hang out, enjoy myself, be a man of the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So what are you doing with the Redline Shipping? What do you do there?
Well, so first I'll actually do some work. I'll help set up and stuff like that. But then we'll set up actually like a live interview, live stream booth. So do some Proper Royals live episodes right from Denver.
Nice. Okay. All right. Nice. That's good. That's good.
And good things happen when you go to these shows. It's apropos that Robert from Husbandry Pro popped on. That's a year ago that at the Denver show that I met Robert. And we started working on properroyals.com using, of course, all the data, information, pictures, and sales and all that from Husbandry Pro.
Was that a year ago you were in Denver?
That was a year ago. Well, I go twice a year. So the
twice a
first
year.
time,
Okay.
the first time was a year ago, though. Yeah.
All right. Wow. That's great. That's great. Anything that you are excited about doing in Denver?
Definitely excited. I like meeting new breeders in new regions. So it's kind of a national level show. So there'll be people that I know from the Midwest and from the circuit that I do, and some of the breeders that do the kind of the national travel.
Yeah.
But then there's also the local breeders, the local scene. So I get to meet them, get to see some really cool snakes. Like there's always good stuff at those shows. And then the local scene, we go hang out in the evening, go check out Denver, the food, the beverage.
Yeah. Do you have any plans? Do you have any things to see in Denver that you gotta, or is it just like fly by the seat of your pants?
I don't sit still very well, I've been told, but Robin from Redline doesn't sit nearly as long as I do. So when I'm working with him, man, it is who knows what's up next, So Friday night we're doing it's just really funny to say out loud. You're gonna love this. We do a pickleball and pizza mixer social kind of thing. So we go to the local he Redline, Palm Street, and the All-American Reptile and Plant Expo buy out a pickleball club in Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we get the whole pickleball club. We go play pickleball. We'll have pizza, some beverages, and then that'll be kind of Friday evening. Saturday evening, they do actually like a breeder's dinner. They usually do it at kind of an upscale place. I'm sorry, this dog is biting my toes. Hang on.
Let's see him. Come on.
There is Lucy. Springtime has come, and I've switched from slippers to flip-flops, and I don't think this dog has ever actually seen toes. And I'm trying to act normal while she is biting my toes. Stop that. So we'll go. So Saturday night we'll go out. Probably do a nicer dinner that evening, and then Sunday morning back to the show again. And by 2:00 in the afternoon on Sunday, I'm headed back to the airport and for a 5:00 flight home, and back in bed by 9:00 in my own home.
There's a few cities that have this, but in Denver, there's something called Meow Wolf. I don't know if have we talked about this before?
We did, but I can't quite recall what it is. I'm sure it's a play on Beowulf. But this sounds like a cat theme that I don't know if I'm a cat guy.
I don't know how to describe it, actually. I think there's one in Vegas, there's one in Denver, and then there's one in like Tucson or something, Arizona, something like that. And it's like they've changed a train depot into an art installation. And I don't really know how to describe it. It is unbelievably incredible. It's amazing. It's freaky. It's weird. You feel like you should be on some kind of hallucinogenics when you go in. It's incredible.
Now, the best ones are you feel like you should be on something when you go in, but you don't need to be. It's that good. Like we're grown men. We don't need that stuff anymore, right? Like,
yeah, I don't need that. Yes.
Yes. So, I've got plenty going on. I'm good.
Yes. It would be scary. And I think it would be scary if you went into this. So there are some rooms and the entire place is wall to wall, just plastered with all different art and everything. It's so fun, so cool. Just incredible art installations. Really, really cool.
So is it a play on cats? Why is it called Meow Wolf?
I have no idea. I didn't even look into it. I heard it was a cool thing to go to, and I went and I saw it, and I have no idea why it's called Meow Wolf.
Okay, but
no idea.
Stick with the question.
There's nothing to do with cats.
Nothing to do with cats. Okay, so they have confused me and turned me off incorrectly to begin with.
It's not even anything to do with wolves.
Okay. All right. Wolves. Well, then wolves.
So I don't know why it's called that.
All right. Well, I won't be able to go this time, but one of my goals is to one of these trips build in an extra day or two, and actually being at the new facility will allow me to do that because I'll have water irrigation to all the animals on their own.
That's great. That's good. Yeah. Now, how's the project going?
Well, it's good. I got some work done yesterday. We should tell everybody this is a open line Thursday. Get your topics.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If we need content, open line Thursday is code for it was a really busy week. No, but we're a show of the people. We and people have questions too that you can ask, and we want to know what's going on. So anything
I think we've done
from us and from Joe, they can let us know.
Yes, I think we did this once, maybe twice before, and they both were really cool shows, and we wanted to try it again. And so ask any question of Adam, ask any question of me. I don't know why you would ask questions of me, but
no, because we all hang out in our own little circle shooting each other in the foot. You're like our reprieve from everyday craziness in this industry, Joe. That's why there would be questions of you.
So put them into the chat here. We'll talk about anything you want us to talk about, or we'll just keep talking about what we want to talk about.
That's true.
But let's have you participate a little bit. That would be really fun.
So the update on the building was I was working on adding a room for the ASFs, basically building a second room in there. I had it framed yesterday. It was Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, I spent hanging sheetrock in there. And the sheetrock is all hung. It's done. One of the things I learned in life that I'm not cut out for is mud and tape of drywall. So I'll get the mud and tape guy in there. And then on next week when I get back, I'll start running water lines. I'll run the PEX water line. Next week when I get back. So I had Kelly's uncle, who lives here in town, was the facilities director for the city schools for like 30 years. So this guy knows all the ins and outs of everything. I was like, I'm looking at the pipes. I'm like, I don't know which way the water's coming and going. I don't know where the water's soft. I don't know, where. And this is the main water for the car wash. I'm like, man, if I mess this up, I could really screw things up. I was like, could I come give you a tour, show you this little project I'm working on? And anyway, he came out and helped me. He's like, yeah, you'll take it off of here. Here's your hot. Here's your cold. Run those up, and then so anyway, I'm pretty excited to get going on.
So did you trick him into helping you, or that's what you're saying? True, you were like, let me give you a tour, and then you had like 80 questions.
Well, let's pull back the curtain on some family dynamics here a little bit. Some people in our family, and I don't even like the term in-laws. Like I'm married this woman. So I have a bigger family now. So some people in our family might have had significant questions and financial concerns for the well-being of the Shira household, given that Adam has elected to pursue a career in snake breeding and car wash buying. And as these questions arise, there tends to be a little uncertainty of how these conversations will go. So me being the newest member of this family, i.e. the son-in-law, I keep quiet and I just go about my business. Yeah. And anyway, some of the family is very intrigued and excited and all of that, as they should be. And others of the family that maybe have a little more influence where, there's some dynamics where maybe that it's not brought up. It's not the first topic that we bring up. So anyway, a few months back, I'd run into her uncle here in town and he says, "How's the car wash?" And I was like, "Oh, we know about it." I didn't know who knew about it or not. So I said, "Oh, it's great." He says, "Oh, I'd love to check it out. Be glad to help you out." He's also a farmer, so he farms, but he's retired from his career in the facilities stuff. So anyway, he had asked a couple times, and then he was out visiting Kelly's parents, and when we talked to them on I think it was Easter, but anyway, we talked to them and they said, "Yeah, I've been waiting for that tour." I was like, "Well, I'm taking you up on it now." Yeah. So it was not a trick. I did explicitly ask for help, but like, pick your brain. Let me get some opinions while you're here.
Yeah, sure.
Help. Not, hey, can you plumb this for me? Like, not that. No, I wouldn't do that.
So, but he's not going to come by and help you. Are you gonna do the work? Yeah,
I'm going to do the work. He actually did say he might come by, but again, things I know nothing about that I love. It's a neat culture around here, but it's a very agricultural area, and it's springtime. I mean, the farmers are working like ants these days, man. So everything is dependent on the weather. If there's rain, if they can get in the field, if they can't, if they can get the machinery in the field, all that kind of. There's stuff to do in the fields. That I don't know what it means, but if there's a local, you can be like, "Hey, how's your field?" And they'll be like, "This guy knows who he's talking about." And they'll tell you. But yeah, I don't know what it means. So yeah.
Okay. So are you ready to show any pictures or update with any, or did you show pictures on Tuesday night?
No, I didn't. I don't have a slide. No, I don't have a slideshow prepared. I'm sorry.
No slideshow. Oh, okay.
No,
okay.
I did a reel yesterday on Instagram. I think I sent that to you, but yeah, it's on Instagram. I don't know. I think some people are probably tired of hearing me talk about this.
What are you talking about? This
car wash. I don't know. It is exciting, but I don't know. I'm sure people are like, "Okay, the car wash is going to be a reptile place,"
Now, your one thing. Is there a one thing that you did this past week?
Well, it's a one thing that I've started doing. I've embraced a new component to my lifestyle, Joe. I got to tell you now.
New component.
Yeah, if I tell you about it, you might be like, I have to, Anyway, one of the things here in Minnesota, when we bought this house, it and hopefully people know me well enough, I don't go out of my way for this stuff, and I didn't touch it for almost a year and a half. There's a sauna in our home.
Oh.
Yeah, right?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm having coffee a couple weeks ago with a colleague, somebody I respect. He's a cyclist as well. And he says, "Yeah, I'd go crazy without my sauna." And I said, "I don't think I get it. I got to sit still. Not only do I have to sit still, I got to sit there in like 150, 100, whatever degree box. No TV, no, I can't even bring my devices in there because those aren't made for temperatures that high."
Right.
And he's like, "No, it's great. It's this, it's that." And in my mind, I'm like, man, if I'm going to heat myself, if I'm going to roast myself to like slow cooker temperatures, I want to do a little research, figure this out. I don't think it's a nefarious scheme by any means, clearly people use saunas and have for a long time. But I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here with this sauna. So I start Googling it up and reading it. And by the way, there's like sauna cults out there, man. Like you could go deep in this. There's a sauna community, man.
I bet. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not going that far, but first it's very relaxing. The value proposition pitch is that, you kind of sweat out a lot of impurities, you refresh, you can get almost meditative, but it also actually has a noticeable effect. And apparently with some research, I don't know how reliable all the research is, but your heart rate speeds up, your blood is flowing more, you're breathing a little bit heavier, and it actually has like aerobic workout qualities, not heavy cardio, but your cardiovascular system benefits from it as well. Okay. So a few times a week, I crank up the sauna. I like 170, plenty hot, let me tell you. 25 minutes at 170 is what you put Adam in for.
Ooh, jeez, that sounds hot.
It's hot, man. And you get the good steam going. You get a little relaxation. I wouldn't say meditative, but I get a little almost like I don't fall asleep, but almost like power nap. Like you just go out for a little bit, you zone out, and time is a little quicker. I do put a little music on. I got to say that some ethereal classical music or something. And I have a little sauna, and I've been enjoying it. I think I would recommend it for people.
That's cool. So there are different types of saunas. So was there a lot of work that had to be put in to actually crank it up? And you just turn the dial, or what kind of sauna is it anyway?
You plug it in and you press the on button, and you're off to the races. You're good. Yeah, I mean, you can adjust the temperature, and it's got to shut off. You can't turn it on for more than 60 minutes, which would probably kill somebody. So I mean, that's a safety feature.
But it's not like the one with rocks and you put water on the rocks and stuff like that.
No, I don't have that component. Mine is a dry sauna, so I get in.
Oh, okay. It's a dry sauna and a wet sauna. Okay.
That's right. You get in. I'll spare the full details, but you disrobe as one does, and you get in the sauna, and you sweat, and you relax, and you have to try and push things out of your head to relax and enjoy the experience, man.
This is interesting. I've actually thought in the past few months of what's like the next thing I'm going to do to my house or a new addition.
Oh,
and sauna was a something in my head. I didn't bring it up to Chelsea. I don't know how she feels about it, but it was actually something because the only saunas I've ever done, I've been like at gyms and stuff. So I go to the gym, and then I'm in the sauna for a few minutes, and it always feels really, really great. Really, really great.
Yeah. I also, when I've been doing this labor, let me tell you, hanging sheetrock solo as, 130-pound man is not easy. So I've been feeling it, let's just say. So I look for the muscle, relaxation and recovery is really, really nice as well for the sauna.
Yeah, I can imagine that you're hanging sheetrock, or what do you call it? Sheetrock or drywall? What do you call it?
There you go. You got both. Yeah, you could do both. I think. Yeah.
So I would imagine. Yeah, that's using like muscles in different ways, and
yeah, and you have to stagger how you install it, or else you get seams. So I'm holding up 8-foot sheets of sheetrock to start on the ceiling, and then the next panel I'll do on the from the floor up, and the next panel I'll do from the ceiling down, so that you don't, like say, you have to stagger the seams so that they're not visible when you mud and tape.
Now, that sounds very, very frustrating. And do you swear when you when you're working?
Let me tell you, with some of my finest swear work gets done during drywall. Let me tell you, I am a orator of 4-letter verbiage.
I think that's the
in those
first
times.
time my kids ever heard me swear at all, was when there was some kind of, and it's actually the only time I ever heard my dad really swear and curse and stuff.
When
Is
there
when he
was
was like
housework
working
to
on
do.
it. Yeah. And then something goes wrong, and it would just be just a line of expletives. It really comes out when, especially with something like that, where you're like this, and then somehow you have to get.
Well, you got to get the thing, and and then it twitches, and like the very first one took me like 40 minutes to hang.
No.
Well, because you got to get them lined up on the studs. The studs are 16 inches
Right.
apart, and 16 times 3 equals 48. So that's the perfect width of the board. So you need the drywall board to line up with the center of the stud, or else you're not going to have good. Anyway, and if the first one's not straight, the rest aren't going to be, and all of that.
Right. Yeah. And so everything pretty much worked out, though.
No, I got it figured out. But you get the first one, and then now you have something that the next one, when you're lifting, you can lean it against, and it's vertical. It's perfectly vertical. It gets easier. So the first one took me 40 minutes. The next 3 took me like, I don't know, an hour. And then the inside of the room, I did the whole inside in like another hour, so of the heavy lifting stuff. So you do the heavy stuff one day, and then, you fill the gaps the second day. So, anyway, it's done. And then, like I say, I'll bring in the tape and the mud guy next.
Nice. That's nice.
Joe, an opportunity, maybe even a proposal or mission for you came up this week.
Oh, okay.
Had a little advertising planning meeting with my friends Sarah and Josh at Sun Dog Serpents there that you see at the top.
Yes.
Good supporters of the show. Sorry, I'm trying to keep Lucy straight here and keep some notes all together as well. She adds a new wrinkle to the morning plans. I'll tell you that. She has a lot of energy when she wakes up in the morning.
Look at that girl.
She likes to bite my toes. Joe, you've committed on from a New Year's. You've resolved New Year's resolution to go to reptile shows this year, 2, I believe.
Okay, all right.
And the Tampa Repticon is coming up. And Sarah and Josh pitched that maybe there could be a meet and greet with Joe of Proper Cup of Joe at their booth at the Tampa Repticon. And I got to be honest, I really can't think of an excuse you could come up with that would be an approved absence from this event is really what I'm thinking these days.
Well, I don't think it would be a great draw. Let's just start there.
Don't sell yourself short. Many tens of people would swing by.
I don't even think it's going to be tens.
Oh, dude, you wouldn't believe your reach. When I talk to people, they're like, "When's Joe coming to a show?" Or like people tell me that they watch this show. Like reptile people tell me they watch this show just because we don't talk like incessantly, endlessly, annoyingly about reptiles. Yeah.
When is Repticon? Tampa Repticon.
I think it's in May, but let me double check. Let me get you a date here. If I were going to put you on the spot, I should have had it brought up here. But
I do. So I do want to just clarify.
Let the clarifications begin. Okay, go ahead.
The resolution to go to shows was actually last year.
How did that go for you?
Resolution. I did not go to.
Yeah. Okay. Shows. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Resolutions don't roll over to the next year.
Well, I mean, then I think you should rename them as. I
said that I didn't do that.
Mild suggestions rather than resolution. Okay, that's the
no. I think it is Tampa Repticon is the one that I should and I need to go to. Yes, it's the easiest one to get to. I should go to that, and of course I want to support Sun Dog.
It's
Definitely.
a good show too. It's it's a good show. June 7th and 8th. Anywhere in your busy life could you find a couple hours for June 7th and 8th to
No.
Okay. Oh, all right. Thanks for considering, Joe.
I just booked a trip for that weekend. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
All right. Hang on. Looks like they usually do one in.
There's two of them usually.
Oh no, there's a few. There's certainly one in November, but yeah, I guess they haven't announced. I guess usually there's one in the summer too, but maybe the next one's not till November. Maybe June is the summer one.
Well, June would be the summer one, wouldn't it?
Let me see. Something's not right here. I went to just like the overall Google page. Let me see here. Maybe there's more. No, maybe.
Yeah, I just booked a trip for that weekend to the Pennsylvania area.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
yeah, because I am going to, let's see. So there is a kicking camp for Aiden that we signed him up for at East Stroudsburg University, right where I grew up.
Do you say picking or kicking?
Kicking, like
kicking,
football.
Okay, I didn't know it was picking football. Like guitar, like songwriters camp or something.
No. There is a like a festival somewhere in northeastern Pennsylvania that is like all about, like, you go out into the woods and there's like a big festival and there's just like guitars and stuff. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like Tioga County somewhere.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, like the new thing is like these like legends host these songwriting, like Steve Earle does, like Camp Copperhead up in New York.
Yeah,
you go to like sleepaway camp and write songs with Steve Earle for a week or whatever.
Yeah, my dad used to always go, and I've always wanted to go. I wish I could remember the name of it. Damn it, it's like it's northeastern Pennsylvania. Anyway, we signed him up for this kicking camp at ESU, East Stroudsburg University, and so he's all excited about that. But I'm also excited because I'm going to see one of my favorite bands play that weekend as well. It's a very small band, but he's a songwriter. He's been around for a long time. For like, I guess I heard him 25 years ago. And he hasn't really grown that much. So you can see him like in really small venues. His name is Matt Pond.
Oh, okay.
And I think he's I think he's probably one of my top artists of all times.
Oh, sweet. I'll have to check him out. I'm not familiar.
Terrific songs, terrific writing. It's really cool. I just really like him. So, but he doesn't really get down to Florida that much. So I saw that he was playing some shows in PA, and so I was like, oh, and it coincides with the kicking camp. So we put that together. So I'm excited about that little trip in June.
Let me see. Elias says we might have lost sound. Can people hear us? If they can't hear, they can't hear us. Ask the question. Somebody blinked twice. Okay, yeah, still working. Good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Elias says you won't know the day that you go to a show, but there'll be signs, Joe. You won't know it's on your schedule, but
I got actually when you pitched the idea just a few minutes ago, I got really excited, and then you said the date, and I was like, I just made plans to leave town that day. I'm so angry.
Yeah, it's a slam something. There we go. That's there. Yeah.
I'm coming on. I'm playing up the disingenuous thing right now, but I am actually I am upset that it always seems to fall on a weekend where I have chosen to leave town. It's really strange. So hopefully I can get to the one in November, but
you didn't say that with much conviction. You're like, hopefully next time.
I do want to get there because I know, there are other folks that are in this area that come to the show, watch the show, and that I've met before that I'd love to see again and hang out with again. So,
how about long-term plan? St. Patrick's Day weekend in Chicago, 2026.
Okay.
That's also Tinley. Would you come? Would you fly in, get one of those cheap Florida to Chicago flights, fly in, the Proper Royals board meeting budget will look out for the hotel, and we'll have a good time in Tinley for the weekend.
I would love to do that if I could have some St. Patrick's Day fun at some point.
Yeah, I don't get well, I have a car because I drive in, but I won't have a car for you to take, but you can, you could zip off for a little St. Patty's fun and come and go as you wish. You'll make appearances. There'll be Ed and Emily from Snake Discovery do appearances. And then we'll have a little Joe line next to, I'll set up a little like velvet rope next to my display booth for the queue for Joe.
Again, I think you are kind of inflating the draw that I would bring to you. And
you, sir, underestimate yourself. That's and, we could do like Joe bingo for the weekend. We could get Joe to sell a snake. Joe's got a bid on an auction at US Arc. What are the other things, Joe? Joe has to take a picture with with an orange iguana. And you have to back the truck out of the loading dock at the end of Tinley without smashing into other breeders. That's what we have to do.
That would be, yes. Actually, I used to do this when I lived in Chicago. And so it's bringing me back now. When I lived in Chicago and it was somebody's birthday, we would create a list of challenges that they had to accomplish when they went out to the bars at night. So it was like, I don't know, you had to like I turned 23 when I was there. So I had to get 23 numbers that night.
Oh yeah. I thought you were going to say 23 shots. I was like, oh, that night went well.
I had to do like 23 different kinds of drinks. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
But I just had to try them. Like I didn't have to, so it was like stuff like that. So this would be in the same vein, just older and at a snake show, at a reptile show.
Believe it or not, too, there's interesting niches in our people get on niche, whatever you guys want to call it. I don't care how other people pronounce it. By the way, I get comments all the time. There is a coffee and reptile crossover company. They roast cold. I think it's called Cold-Blooded Caffeine. Matter of fact. They roast and grind and brew coffee, pour over coffee in the lobby of Tinley. So we could do like an impromptu Proper Cup of Joe with Cold-Blooded Caffeine, little crossover episode to kick off one morning too.
Yes. Yeah, let's do that. I would love it. Let me look and see what's going on here. It's a year away. So I should be able to do it. And it's in the middle of tax season, but no.
Well, the other nice thing is I have to look, but it could be that St. Patty's Day falls on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday kind of deal.
Yeah.
Where you could get in and out for Tinley and still be home for the festivities. It's just a weekend. I mean,
I didn't do anything really for St. Patrick's Day.
But the tax season thing, fly up Friday evening, fly out Sunday afternoon, and you're on your way.
I'm always up for going to the Chicago area. I would love it.
Yeah. And let me tell you, we eat well, we go hard, we have a good time. And I will not be, and now I know I will not be at the La Quinta Inn. We'll go to the Hampton Inn, little nicer, not quite the high end, even hotel is what it's called, but we'll be right across the street from all the action.
I'm looking forward to the place that we got for this summer. Really nice. Kelly got that.
Yeah, we got an Airbnb. Not to mention, you'll do a night here at the Chateau Relax. You can you can have a little sauna if you like.
Try the sauna out. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's a one-seater. We can't like hang out in the sauna, but it's there for you if you want to use it.
Okay, all right, I'll try it. And then we got a nice little place in St. Paul that looks really nice, and the festival looks good.
Festivals there, the food.
Yeah,
we went. Let me tell you, I did this cool thing this weekend. little father Sunday on Saturday. Went out with another dad and his kid. You know, the boys are both in the same grade at school, and this guy Chris is a good buddy of mine here in town that works with Kelly. We went out Saturday. There's a British pub in the springtime, and they have a rooftop bar with bocce courts. So you're up above the city, looking out over the city,
Whoa.
slinging some bocce in the Minnesota springtime, and drinking a little.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, a little nitro pop, you know, with some Boddingtons. Like in a British pub, you got to have a little Boddingtons, right?
Yeah, I took Aiden to a British place, a British pub in Tampa. It was not anything like anything that I went to in England, but I don't know. It was still cool. But I love places that have the bocce.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one thing that we've thought of doing in our backyard is put a bocce ball court back there.
So this one I think is actually called. So bocce's in sand, right? This is on a lawn. This is on a green. They actually have a little like a putting green type of grass.
Oh, okay, like turf.
Yeah, I think it's a French game. Pétanque, I think, is what the technical term is of the two. I think. I could be wrong. I think so.
I don't know. We didn't get that far into the planning, so everything bocce.
Well, at the private club that I worked at, we did a big, this was at the time that pickleball was exploding. So we spent a fortune on pickleball courts conversion. We're like, how do we make our money back? And we're like, well, for $800, we could put in a bocce court and put a little bar next to it. And we made a fortune on the bocce.
Yes.
You bring in the sand, you get your 8x8 railroad ties, you build it up, and you toss your bocce around. So
the problem with our backyard is that there's no level area. So we'd have to bring in like a whole lot of dirt and level an area, and it's large enough to have it actually work. So
I'm actually getting inspired. I could do a bocce court in my backyard. We're always talking about being like the summertime social, like we want to be like the social place in the neighborhood. Just swing by on the porch. I'll show you our porch too. I call it the tree house. It's an enclosed porch, but you can open all the windows, and then there's this massive tree, and the deck surrounds it. Like that's where I cook and grill and all that.
That's great.
Might have a couple beverages there. That'd be nice to have a bocce court right off the back of that, huh?
Yes. Yeah. So my sister is coming this weekend, and the last time she was here, the outside hasn't really changed at all. And that's where we hang out. And I'm anxious. So like I remember like we have like these cornhole, boards and stuff like that. So when they were here, we played that and everything. And now I'm like, there's nothing new out there. There's got to be something new every time. they come like every year or so.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I should have built that bocce court.
Now let me ask you this: if I'm, is having a sauna and a bocce court, is that going to go against like my, black t-shirt and jeans image? Like, can I be the blue collar Springsteen of the industry and have sauna and bocce? I'm not sure that this is all, I don't know about this. This is worlds colliding here.
Yeah, you will be a different person if you do all of that. No, but see, you just do what you like. If you have the means to do it, do what you like. Go ahead and do it.
You get some. I think we could do a bocce. That'd be pretty fun, man.
Now, would Kelly get on board with that?
Oh, most definitely. So last season was the year of badminton. We had badminton in the backyard.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah. Spring, summer, and fall, we had badminton out back, and we could hang out and play out there. Now, Elias is trailblazer as always. Bocce and hibachi. You could do that. Could be like a good dinner party. Summertime bocce hibachi.
Put up, some hibachi, like a hibachi grill right next to the bocce.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, get the old flat top out there. It's
even fun to say, bocce.
Yeah, make a little. What's the onion volcano? Set some vodka on fire. Little sip for the chef, little for the volcano. Yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah, this place that you went to, and what was it? Is it Minneapolis or was it? Yeah, so
Yeah, it's up
that
in
sounds
Minneapolis.
yeah,
Yeah, I
sounds like a
love
cool spot.
it's just such a metropolitan feel, and I know it's like probably overboard how much I talk about spring, but the mental difference, like the town literally, like people come out of the houses, the days are already long. I mean, it's 8:30 before it gets dark, so people are out walking late and all of that.
Yeah.
And so we go into the cities, and like there's a great pizza joint. We went and took the kids to the pizza joint, and then right next to it, strategically, might I add, is one of the best Polish markets that I've ever seen in my life. So we go in there, buy a whole bunch of smoked pork and sausage and that kind of stuff. So stock the fridge for that. Swing by this place, Brit's Pub, hit the rooftop for some bocce, and then cut over to St. Paul. And there's like this big arcade, like grown-ups, kids alike. You pay a $16 cover charge, and all the games are free inside. Man, I played Tekken 3, played Mortal Kombat, played old pinball machines. Oh yeah, Tekken 3, man, fantastic. Skee ball. And the boys are off playing the new games. They even had one of those like how manly are you? Can you punch the bag kind of thing? What score are you gonna get?
Yes. Did you do that?
Yeah, I did do that.
You did the punch the bag thing?
Yeah, I got to 648. I don't know out of what, but 648 was my number. Now, there was a woman from Wisconsin behind me. She got to 720. Quentin got it. Kramarczak's. He knows what we're talking about, man. That's the
place.
That's the Polish sausage place, man. So it was a great day. That's what we do. You go up to the city, you have a day, and then you come home and relax. You get out of the city mess.
Cool. We're gonna be in Chicago, and then we're gonna come over to your area. And I was talking to Chelsea. I was like, "So, what should we plan when we're in Chicago? Should we go to should we see if there's like a ball game, the Cubs game to go to, or should you want to try and go to one of the improv shows?" And she's like, and we're there for so short a time. Like, I just like walking the city.
Yeah.
That's what she said. And I was like, yes, that's why I'm with you, because she likes just walking the city. And just seeing what happens,
Put in downtown right by you're going to put in by the Bean in Chicago and just start strolling, right?
Yeah. Actually, we got to, I don't know, like whenever you visit a place, you should look to see if there's a Sonder there. Sonder is like an apartment building that you rent one of the rooms in the apartment building. And in Philadelphia, the Sonders are fantastic. They're cheap and they're like huge and they're really like well put together in cool areas.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Actually, when we were in Denver, I stayed at a Sonder. Now, so the Sonder in Denver was more like a hotel that you stay at, but the prices were pretty cheap, and it was nicer than like a cheap hotel.
Now, these gritty, like hostels and motels? Are they a little bit?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think they're different. They're different in each cities, because I think they go into a building, they remodel it into different places that people can live, so that people can stay short term.
Yeah.
So they're great. The ones in Philadelphia are my favorite. Like I said, I've stayed in one in Denver, and then in Chicago, we're staying at a Sonder, and the Sonder is right next to one of my favorite breakfast places in Chicago, Lou Mitchell's, like Smart. Downtown. Yeah. Okay. Lou Mitchell's is like this. I think it's kind of like an iconic. I think there's something about Route 66 at Lou Mitchell's. It's like probably the center of it, or the start of it. Something. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes from Chicago to LA. Yeah. That's Route 66.
I think it is the start of Route 66 at Lou Mitchell's. And
that's cool.
Yeah, great breakfast place. So I'm like super excited that's like why I picked the place to stay, is that it's right next to Lou Mitchell's. I'm really excited.
Chicago is do you ever see that I'm going deep here. What's the I can't think of the guy's name. What's the soccer show about the football coach that becomes a soccer coach in England? And Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, yeah.
Did you ever see the episode about Piggy Stardust, the night they just go out and have this bonkers night on the town, and at the end of it, they're not sure if it was real or not. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite nights like that was in Chicago, and I love, just like you say, walking the town. We went from the highest end, drinking Farniente by the glass and having stone crabs, to Kingston Mines Blues Bar. That's one of the just iconic blues bars of the world, really. We ended up in Chinatown that night, having dim sum at 3 a.m, thinking the place was deserted. And then you walk into the door and there's hundreds of people in there. You're like, oh my gosh, look at this. And, we weren't hydrating very well. Let's just say that. So it was a wonderful evening. It was just this nice, safe balance of friends and drivers. And, and when I say drivers, I mean Ubers, but, just discovering the town, the food, the eats, the music, the culture, and made it back before sunrise, man. It was good.
So my first experience in Chicago was, I went to a place. So I moved my sister in to Chicago, and I was like 18, 19. So I was underage. And I went into like Improv Olympic, which is like one of the improv places. And like, I was a huge Chris Farley fan.
Yeah.
And and I know that he worked there and also at Second City and stuff like that. So I was so excited. I was with my buddy. And so we had beers there and everything. And then we came back out and there was a guy on the street who had just done a commercial, like a local Chicagoland commercial. And he still had all his makeup on, and he was Kramer. He was playing Kramer in this commercial, but he had all this makeup on and he was still acting like Kramer. He was walking down the street, and he really kind of looked like Kramer. And so for some reason, it was right by Wrigley Field. So I had it in my brain that I was going to climb into Wrigley Field and run around the field. I was climbing up the wall, and my friend was like, "Hey, look, there's this Kramer's over here." So we struck up a conversation with Kramer, and then we just went around with Kramer to all the bars in the area. And it was so much fun, and he would act like Kramer and everything. It was it was incredible, and it was right around the time. It was like 98 or something.
Oh, right, yeah, perfect timing then.
And that was my first introduction to the 4 o'clock bar in Chicago. We went to Smart's Bar. I don't know. And it was incredible. And that's the thing in Chicago, those 4 o'clock bars just open up at 2, it was incredible.
Well, there's a benefit I've discovered to a 2 o'clock closing time. You don't really need anything beyond 2 a.m. Right. Like, I'm not trying to be the old guy that's like, nothing good happens after dark. No. All kinds of good stuff happens after dark. After 2 a.m., like if you make it to 2 a.m., take the win. Just go home. Just call it a night,
Well, I mean, I was, I think that's for the young crowd.
Well, and like I say, I definitely, Kingston Mines has live music until 6 a.m. Like, that's crazy town. Like every night is like, it's like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. is the 8-hour gigs for these guys. And it's really cool. It's like 2 row houses joined by a kitchen in the middle, all kinds of killer soul food and ribs and everything. And one band finishes a set on one, and they both have a stage at the front. One band finishes their set, boom, you hear the kick drum of the next band start. There's never no music in there.
That's awesome.
It's just great. Ripping blues, man. It's fantastic. It's a great place.
Oh, you're making me want to go there.
I know.
Maybe I'll try and stop by there. Is it still going?
Kingston Mines? Absolutely. Yeah. So that's maybe the problem is if you go to Tinley, like I can't go do all that stuff. Like Tinley's its own microcosm of an experience, which would be hard if you're thinking of all the Chicago things. No. Disappointing. If you're thinking of the Tinley things, it's very exciting.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about when we're there this summer.
Oh yeah, Kingston Mines, man. I don't know what the name means. I think of Jamaica and mines. I don't know how much mining goes on and what that has to do with blues. but Kingston Mines is what it's called, and it's a fantastic club, man. Really iconic. The Stones have been in there, like, you know, it's the place kind of deal.
Yeah, I seem to remember. I remember the name. I don't know if I've ever been there actually, and I lived there for 2 years or so.
Yeah.
So I've never. I don't know if I've ever actually been to that place.
And it's not in the Irish pubs that are like fake. We call them we call them plastic. This place ain't plastic. Like, look, there's a guy, his name is Buddy Guy, blues legend, still alive, American treasure. He's in his 80s. All power to him. Get his money, make his money. He deserves, he's been ripped off of more money than maybe most people could even imagine by other musicians. He has a club called Legends. And that, and that feels a little, it's legit because it's owned by Buddy Guy. I'm not calling it plastic, but it's also, I don't know, $50 or $75 just to get in, and you're going to pay, you're going to pay amusement park prices. Kingston Mines, blues club, legit soul kitchen, legit bands, guys still cutting their teeth, old timers that have been doing it for 50 years. Little gritty, little, you know, you could run into a little trouble there if you looked for it, kind of deal. Just the way I like it, man.
I was in my indie rock phase, I think, when I was living in Chicago. So I was going more towards those kinds of shows. The Vic Theater, the Double Door was close by. Fireside Bowl was another one that I went to and saw some shows there.
Okay.
That was really, what a great town. I can't wait to be there.
Yeah. All right. Well, just think about it. Let's see what we could do for March Tinley with Joe.
Okay. I don't think I've even gotten to my one thing, but we're getting close to the end of the show.
Well, let's switch it up.
By the way, chat, there hasn't been a lot of questions from you all. So lots of good interaction, but you know.
Let's take it easy on the finger wagging, okay, Joe? These are our people.
Chat is open.
We appreciate the audience. We don't need to wave fingers at them. All right, guys, real quick, if you're watching, first off, thank you so much. The one advertiser we haven't talked about is Cold Blooded Cafe. Finest frozen rodents you could buy. They're who I use. They were who I used before I was ever in business with them. I know it's a little much. Joe rolls his eyes at this, but you open the bag, immediately you could tell how fresh they are. You're warming them up, you tell how fresh they are versus some of the others that you could get. These are domestic raised. You can look at their pictures. They have a facility. They're not bringing in shipping cargo containers of frozen rodents. They breed their rodents. Go check them out. If you've used the promo code recently, try it again. They reset it fairly often. I got an inside scoop for you. Give it a shot again. You get 11% off of your next order for frozen rodents, proper 11. Joe, switch up. Let's end the show with your one thing, my man.
Oh, I've already forgotten what the one thing is.
Get out of here. You bring it up that you don't get to it. You admonish me for forgetting it.
This is not, no, this is.
I tee up the softball for you. Oh, come on.
I had it. So I actually was going to ask everybody what they felt about this because so I started to, because of tax season, I had put off grading certain papers in my classes.
Right.
So I started to really grade and grade and grade. And there's this this new thing that we're using that there's a software that detects plagiarism, right? And that's been around for years and years and years.
Right.
But there's software now that detects AI, the use of AI, blah blah blah. So I started to use this software, and there were like 7 students that were 100% AI. Just
100%.
Yes, just taking the prompt and putting it into an AI generator. Now, I've been told by the college, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're just popping it in and using AI, but 100% should draw your attention and you should look. So I'm very like, I don't know how to, I was going to ask, like, I don't really know how to handle this. Like, is that like, what's everybody's take on that? Is that plagiarism? Is it so it's certainly not the same. You're not using the same brain power,
right,
as people who are just writing their own stuff, their original stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of, so some I looked at and I was like, I don't know if this is really AI. So I went and I asked them, and it has made things really, really difficult to grade papers, and I don't really know how to handle it. So I wanted everybody's kind of take on that and see if, but we only have 3 minutes left.
Well,
so.
let me ask you this, and a couple thoughts come to mind. Is any part of your frustration saying, when I was a kid, we spent hours in the library, and because there's, I feel like there's some of that sometimes. So that food for thought there real quick. The other food for thought is when I was doing my sommelier exams, one of the things was knowing which vintages for which region were ideal. So you could suggest the very best wine for the very best things. And that was at the time that iPhones and very quick internet searches and reliability at your fingertips was newly available.
Right. Yeah.
And the debate internally of like the industry was, do we want people to know this because of the ritual and the hard work, and we should astound people with our knowledge off the top of our head? Or is it to deliver a great product and you can find the information literally as quickly as you can memorize it? And the outcome came, you should know the past 10 years of great vintages off the top of your head. Beyond 10 years back, let's not have parlor tricks. Let's focus on the customer and focus on the very best wine. And further than 10 years out is going to be more expensive, more in-demand wine. So you would want to be more accurate and more certain of your result. And what that makes me think of is, this is a new tool at our fingertips. You and I probably set out to college at the same time. For me, it was 1998. Google had just come on the scene. Academia was very scared that Google was going to ruin all of, the good hard work that you do in a library. Clearly it didn't. This seems like the next evolution of that. So where did you land as far as the follow-up to the students?
So there are things that I've put into the assignment that AI would have trouble doing.
There you go.
But I think eventually that's going to go away. So I got to always be kind of a step ahead. So if there was 100% detection of AI, and then they didn't, then I would look and like say, did they meet those standards? Like it was all the assignment was watch this video and give your reaction to 3 of the things that they present in the video. Timestamp if you're talking about this building or structure, like put the time, the time range that it was in the video. Then quote from the textbook. So 3 quotes from the textbook that we use. So I mean, so I would look and see what the software said, and then I'd go, okay, well, are they meeting those criteria? And the thing and really it's your reaction. It's not like a research paper or anything. That's what bothers me the most, is that I'm reading AI's personal, like a personal reaction to something.
Right.
Like I don't want to read. I don't want to waste my time. It actually doesn't have a lot to do with like when I was a kid, blah, blah, blah. It has to do with like the time I'm wasting on reading robots, you know? You know what I mean? And so like and it's hard for, I just go, I think I've encountered people who spend more time cheating.
Right. Just put the effort into the good thing, right?
Yes. Yeah. And it's actually good for your brain. It's good for your brain to think about something that maybe you don't want to think about.
Right.
So I'm not going, go and research something crazy and then write about it. I'm saying watch this video and react to the video. That's it. And so when it comes back and it's not their work, it's like Chat GPT or some other AI. It is irking. It irks me.
How about this scenario? By the way, Stephen has jokes this morning. You didn't need AI to write history papers. You were there. Okay. I'm not that much older than you, Stephen. Come on now. Let me ask you this scenario, because this is what I do with a lot of my work, actually my professional work. Mm-hmm. I will turn on the laptop microphone and I will dictate my thoughts into an AI chat. Yeah. And then I will have the chat compose an email for me. So much quicker than typing. I'm watching your video. I'm having emotions. I'm dictating my reactions at the timestamp, and I quote Walter and the Big Lebowski saying "Not now, Donnie," and I dictate all of that into the AI, and I'm using it as a tool to compile it. How's that make you feel?
Yeah, but I am of the mind that actually constructing a sentence about something helps you think about that thing.
That's true. That's true.
So it helps you. There's a dialectic there. There's a back and forth. There's, how am I going to say this? If I choose this word, is that what I really mean? Or is it something different? Like getting to that nuance I think is really important. Now, I'm not one of those guys that doesn't use chat. I use AI all the time. But if I'm of the mind that I want to help students sharpen their brains to articulate critical thinking, AI gets in the way of that.
Well, maybe you just tell them that, guys, at the end of the day, it's your life. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. And you might get one over. You might get one over on me and you might win. But at the end of the day, you're going to fake your way through life, or you're going to know what the hell you're doing.
And a lot of people make it that way. That's great.
Because you'll go nuts. But you'll go nuts otherwise, right? It'll drive you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my one thing I wanted to get your take. Thank you very much. And actually, there's some good stuff on there.
There is good stuff. Real quick, citations for Chat GPT. Has ALA or MLA discussed this yet?
Would it make a difference if they cited Chat GPT? I haven't. No, I think I think the student's perception is that if you use AI, then you're cheating, because there are so many professors who are so against it. I'm not completely against it.
You got to look for that. You got to look for that one student, like in the Seinfeld episode where George is having a scholarship. You got to look for the one student that has the onions to cite ChatGPT in their paper, and you'll be like, "You, my son, you are the one. You get the prize."
Oh man, yeah. Thanks for the suggestions. Those are good suggestions. I'm going to struggle with it for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think you should have a fun class one day where you do nothing but lecture from an AI generated lecture, and you explain it of, this is what you can have with machine learning, or we can have human knowledge and interaction and nuance.
Yeah.
Pull the okie doke on them.
There's something really beautiful about human thought, though.
Yeah.
I know. And I know it's like, I know it's weird to say, to use the word beautiful. But I'm also seeing it like in sports as well. Like I watched a baseball game the other day, or I had it on in the background, and the using instant replay, and there's the box with the strike zone, and it's like we are working our way to. There's just going to be robots on the field playing other robots, and where's I like the human element. I like that things get are wrong sometimes.
That's what we have to do. No, that's what we have to do a show on. Is it the perfection of machines, or do we embrace the beauty of the human element? I think that and I do think snakes and breeding and the beauty of the snakes have something to do with that, because on paper and spreadsheets we could come up with much different decision making than we would just by eyeballs.
I should have suggested that for the show this week.
No, next week.
But actually,
yeah,
this was a great hour. It was fun.
Well, it's a little bit of a creative sandbox for us. We could play, come up with new ideas, discover things. So, audience, thanks, guys. Always a fun show, and give us your feedback. You like these kind of shows? You want to see us do specific topics? I always wrestle with too much reptile versus not enough reptile. Do you need a break from all the other reptile stuff? And that's what Joe's here for too. So thanks for hanging out, Joe. Thanks for a good show, man.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun, really fun.
I'll have a full update from Denver next week, and you want to talk about beauty, human art versus the science, or something like that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll put it into the AI chat and get it to give us a nifty title. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to spend time doing that. Jeez.
I got time for that stuff. See you guys.
See ya.